to my channel. It is a Sunday and today I'm gonna film a meal prep video for you guys. Typically I don't do traditional meal prep because I work from home and I just don't really need to. However, doing some renovations in my home this week, which I'll be sharing. But because of that, I'm not gonna have as easy of access to my kitchen. So I'm gonna try to plan ahead because that is the key to success. Meal plan, meal prep, track, all of that. So because I'm gonna be doing that, it's a perfect opportunity for me to share some easy ways to meal prep. So stay tuned. First, I'm gonna start with the Instant Pot and I'm going to make a batch of shredded chicken. So that is super easy for meal prep. I just put chicken in here and have shredded chicken all throughout the week. So I'm gonna keep it really simple this week and start with the chicken. I'm doing a bunch of meals. I've got my little meal prep containers out. These are from Amazon. Super easy, super cheap. They're reusable. I use them for a few times and then I eventually toss them out. So I'm gonna use these since I'm doing a bunch of meals. I'm actually gonna do, my daughter is on my same macros right now, so she's gonna be eating these too, which is why I have to do so many. So here's what's going on in my fridge so far. So I've got yogurts for the week. I've got sugar-free Jell-O, obviously. You know my Vice caffeine-free Diet Coke. But here's all my protein. So I'll cook up the proteins because that is super important to be ready to go with the protein. So here's the chicken. I'm gonna grab the chicken out for the Instant Pot for the shredded chicken. All right, so for the shredded chicken, I use some bone broth. And the reason why I put bone broth in there is it just gives us some extra nutrients and keeps the chicken really moist. So I also do bone broth at the bottom, maybe like, I just kind of cover the bottom. And then I just put water. I don't season, and the reason why I don't season it is because depending on my mood, when I go to eat this chicken, I may want to season it with Mexican spices, or I may use it for an Italian dish, or like a, usually I've been doing my shredded chicken like Chipotle style bowls. So I don't want to season it an Italian style or a Mexican style and then I can't use it, you know, for different reasons. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's why I don't season it until I use it. So it's versatile that way. As I was saying, my daughter is actually on my macros right now, very similar macros in terms of the split, the 40-40-20 split. And so she's eating a lot of the same things that I'm eating, and which is great. It's exciting because we're tracking her progress. You know, she's at a point where she just kind of wants to lean out, build some muscle. She's really been getting into working out. But what that means for me is a lot more food prep. So while the chicken is in the Instant Pot, I will get started on my second item, which is the palmini pasta with a ground turkey marinara sauce. Super easy. This stuff is really good. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend trying it. It's, think of kind of like a mix between a zucchini noodle and a miracle noodle. Really good stats, easy for meal prep, easy prep. You don't have to cook it at all. All you do is rinse it and then you just add it to your sauce. So I'm going to make the meat sauce and then add it in and then divide it all up. So the cool thing about this pasta is you don't have to cook it at all. So unlike zucchini noodles where you do need to cook them a little bit, all you need to do with this particular pasta is add it to a colander, rinse it out with water, and then you can add it to your sauce. the amount of macros in this pasta. And it's a little difficult if you add all of the noodles into the pasta and then divide it into the containers to determine actually how much of each thing you're getting. So what I'm going to do is add in this to my food prep containers first, and so that I know the exact portion that's going in, and then I will divide up the sauce equally among the rest. So let's see what that looks like. So that's like about what one serving is, which is 20 calories, but I'm gonna go for like 2 servings. So 2 servings is 150 grams. So I've got 6 here. So what I'll do is I will divide this equally amongst this 6 containers. It'll be, you know, it's not exact, but it'll be pretty close. Here's the chicken. I'll just drain this and shred it. For the chicken, I'm just going to measure it out. I'm not going to season it or add anything else to it, so that way I can use it for whatever I want throughout the week, but I won't have to remeasure it. Here are all the individual chickens. I'll most likely have like a little chicken chipotle type bowl, but just in case I want to use it for something else, they're just pre-measured and ready to go, but I'm not exactly sure what else I'll be eating with them yet. So as you can see here, it's really easy to just add in all of the ingredients that you used into MyFitnessPal and then put in the number of servings or the number of meals you made with that ingredients, and that basically will give you the macros. So that's typically what I'll do. I'll just create it as a recipe and then I save it into my recipes, and that way when I go to build my meal plan and use those meal preps, all the macros are already saved in my recipes. And the cool thing is, you know, if you repeat your meals week over week, you'll have those recipes saved into MyFitnessPal. So over time, your MyFitnessPal becomes really comprehensive with all of the things you eat the most, and it becomes even easier to plan your menus out because you have everything saved in your MyFitnessPal. So every time I do a meal prep with multiple ingredients, I'll just add it as a recipe by going into my food diary, clicking on recipes. You will name it because if this is something you eat often, then you can use it multiple times. Here, you're just going to enter in all of the ingredients that you used in this particular recipe. So go ahead and name it. Put in the number of servings or the number of meal preps this particular recipe made, and then the specific ingredients. And so you'll list them out as specific as you can so that the system can locate the correct ingredient. You're going to have to spot check this to make sure that it is picking up the right ingredient, and you may have to make a correction. So I've got the 2 24-ounce jars of Rouse tomato basil marinara, and then I used 2 pounds of 99% lean ground turkey. And then I used 3 packages of the palmini pasta, and I'm not quite sure how it will be listed in MyFitnessPal, so I'm just going to kind of throw something in here and do a search. I'm certain I'll have to make a correction here. Then click Match Ingredients. And as suspected, the palmini errored out. So I'm going to do a little bit more specific search and then try to figure out which one I need to use. I don't want the one that's listed as net carbs because I like to know my total carbs. So I'm going to scroll down until I find one that's just, here we go. And then I used 3 containers. This now looks correct. And now I have got a recipe, ground turkey palmini. I can save it. And every time I eat this particular meal prep, I will have the exact macros ready to go.